30 mind-blowing facts about Namibia. Namibia is a country located in southern Africa. The Namib Desert along its Atlantic Ocean shore is what sets it apart. Numerous species of wildlife can be found throughout the nation, including a sizable cheetah population. German colonial-era structures from both the capital Windhoek and the beach town Swakopmund can be found there, including the Christus Church in Windhoek. Namibia is a wonderful country that everyone should visit at least once in their lives. Namibia is rumored to be Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's honeymoon destination, an outstanding option we believe. Hello viewers, welcome to the channel. In this video we shall take a look at 30 more interesting and fascinating facts about Namibia. But before we get into that, if you're new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, please ensure to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you appreciate such content. 1. Namibia is home to the world's oldest desert. One of the many breathtaking sights that Namibia is renowned for is the Namib Desert. This incredibly dry ecoregion is made up of shifting sand dunes, gravel plains, and rough mountains. The Namib Desert, the oldest desert in the world, has existed for at least 55 million years and is only divided by numerous dry riverbeds. In these lush riverbeds, a few ungulates such as Herdman's zebras reside. The gemsbok is the only large mammal that can survive in this tough environment, since the southern part of the desert is extremely dry and lacks dry riverbeds. An intriguing aspect about Namibia is that it frequently experiences thick fogs along the coast, which are essential to the survival of the desert by supplying it with enough moisture to support a range of diverse, well-adapted animal species. 2. Namibia has some of the highest sand dunes in the world. Big Daddy is the tallest dune in the Subversive region. This enormous dune, which towers over the other dunes at 325 meters, is located between Subversive and Deadvlei. One of the most well-known activities that Namibia is renowned for is climbing Big Daddy and visiting the Deadvlei. At 325 meters, Big Daddy is the tallest dune in the Subversive area, although not the highest in the Namib Desert. Dune 7, which is 388 meters long, actually has this honor. Dune 7 receives its name from the fact that it is the 7th dune on the Tauchab River. 3. Namibia has one of the largest constructions of rock art in Africa. The Khoisan group of people known as the San or Bushmen are Namibia's first recorded occupants. These hunter-gatherers included the Johuansi, Kisor, and Kung traversed the wind plains of southern Africa for thousands of years until being driven even further east into the Kalahari Desert by migrants, equipped with weapons in search of new land to graze their animals and plant their food. There is more than enough rock art to show that the San have lived in Namibia for more than 6,000 years. 4. World's most extensive meteorite shower. The Gibeon meteorite shower, which is centered on Bucharest, south of Marienthal, and covers a broad elliptical area of about 275 by 100 kilometers, is the largest meteorite shower known to have occurred on Earth. The majority of the debris landed southeast of Gibeon. 120 specimens with a combined weight of over 25 tons have been collected in Namibia, but never recorded. Central Namibia experienced the Gibeon meteorite shower in prehistoric times. The capital city of Namibia, Windhoek, hosts an exhibition of the meteorite shower's remnants. 5. Namibia has 30 languages that are spoken in the country. Another interesting fact about Namibia is that it has a great diversity of spoken languages, approximately 30 in total. Despite Namibia's cosmopolitan culture and more than 11 native languages, it also has a large number of other spoken languages there. The majority of the population of Namibia, which is 49%, speaks Oshiwambo dialects, which are followed by Kwekwe-Gohab, 11%, Afrikaans, 10%, Rukwangali, 9%, and Ojiherero 9% in terms of frequency of use. 6. Namibia is also home to the second largest canyon in the world. The oldest canyon in the world is the Fish River Canyon, which is close to the South African border. According to research, the valley floor collapsed along with water and wind erosion to create the canyon at least 500 million years ago. 7. The Skeleton Coast is the world's biggest grave site for sailors and ships. Given the thick fog and severe storms in the area, many sailors have perished along this Namibian shore. Namibia's Skeleton Coast, a harsh site where the thundering surf of the Atlantic Ocean slams against the white nothingness of the Namib Desert, is one of the few places that serves as such a clear reminder of the power of nature. It was known as the country god built in anger by the Bushmen hunter-gatherers who formerly glided effortlessly through these bone-dry gravel plains and shifting sands. Rusted shipwrecks that were abandoned by the sea to the desert sands are all along the coast here. However, certain areas of it are being contained. For example, a luxurious hotel designed to resemble a shipwreck will shortly be built nearby. 8. Namibia has the largest population of free-roaming cheetahs in the world. Namibia is the place to go if you want to see the fastest land mammal on the globe, because it has the world's largest population of free-roaming cheetahs. Although Etosha National Park is likely the greatest location to see them, keen-eye travelers may find them elsewhere in the nation. There are over 3,000 cheetahs that roam freely in Namibia, and you can encounter one of them at the Cheetah Conservation. 9. The Namibian dollar is used interchangeably with the South African rand. During its time under South African rule, the nation only began utilizing the Namibian currency after gaining its independence. Both currencies are currently accepted in the nation. This implies that you won't have to bother with currency exchange if you go on a safari in South Africa and then Namibia. 10. The most fascinating Namibian tribes. In the Kunene region of the nation, the Hima Trap has steadfastly maintained its customs and traditions. They follow traditional religions and dress in traditional clothing and eat traditional meals. The women cover their upper bodies only with skirts. They have in general not been impacted by modernism in any way. 11. Namibia has a lot of space. Given that Namibia is one of the least visited countries on earth, the name Namib, which means huge place, is fitting. There are fewer inhabitants per square kilometer only in Greenland, the Falkland Islands, Mongolia, and Western Sahara, just in that order. 12. Nearly half of the country is protected. 2015 saw the election of Namibia's first female president. The fourth prime minister of the nation and the only female president of the continent is Sarah Krugongelwa. The first elected female head of state in Africa, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, presided over Liberia until January 2018, when George Weah, a former football player, took over. 13. Namibia was formerly known as Southwest Africa. After gaining independence from South Africa, which had occupied the region during the First World War, the nation became known as Namibia. Tens of thousands of Herero and Nama tribes people were killed during Germany's cruel occupation, which is regarded as the first genocide of the 20th century. Prior to that, the country was ruled by Germany. In 2004, the German government issued an apology for the genocide. 14. Namibia has Hollywood connections. Namibia's striking landscapes, which range from barren deserts to dazzling salt pans, have served as a setting for a number of high-profile films, including Flight of the Phoenix in 2006, Mad Max, Fury Road in 2015, and 2001, A Space Odyssey, 1968. 15. Germans-inspired subversive tribal dress. Some Herero men and women still dress in the manner of German colonialists who attempted to exterminate them in what is regarded as a widespread act of subversion. In an effort to protest and bring attention to their bloody past, tribesmen and women continue to wear the clothing of their suppressors from the 19th century. 16. There's an intriguing story behind the country's shape. Ever wondered the Peculiar Panhandle in Namibia? When the UK and Germany were splitting up Southern Africa, they reached a deal in which the former would give the latter what is now known as the Caprivi Strip in exchange for property elsewhere. The Germans agreed, reasoning that they would have access to the Zambezi River and the passage to Africa's east coast if they took the Panhandle. The largest waterfall in the world, Victoria Falls, was in the way, which was the only issue. It turned out that the Germans had signed a bad contract. 17. Namibia has the largest underwater lake. The largest known subglacial lake in the world can be found in this enormous cave, which has the nickname Dragon's Breath Cave due to the humid air that rises from its entrance. The cave, which was found in 1986, can sadly only be entered by experts due to its hazardous topography. 18. Namibia has an eerie ghost town. Coleman's Cub, formerly a wealthy mining community, was abandoned in the 1930s as prospectors were diverted elsewhere by the diamond rush. The Namib Desert gradually began to reclaim the outpost in the midst of nowhere, which is now a major tourist destination. 19. Namibia looks incredible from space. Impact craters like Rotterdam, which was made by a meteorite the size of an SUV that struck between 4 and 5 million years ago, are all across the Namib. From space, they appear pretty amazing, likewise the huge dunes of the desert. 20. The capital has some interesting street names. With names like Fidel Castro Street and Robert Mugabe Avenue, Windhoek's motorways pay respect to both contentious African presidents and communist leaders. 21. In Namibia, pedestrians can be brutalized. After learning that police in Namibia will brutalize anyone involved in a collision with a car, pedestrians were previously advised not to drink and walk. In an effort to reduce accidents caused by drunk driving, the Windhoek City Police said that they would begin treating pedestrians the same manner as they would treat drivers. 22. There's an epic train journey in Namibia. The Desert Express travels 220 miles from Windhoek to Swakopmund on Namibia's Atlantic coast, passing through the country's central highlands, savanna, desert, and gravel plains. Walvis Bay and game drives in Etosha National Park are included in a longer safari package. 23. Namibia is one of the thirstiest nations in Africa. According to the WHO, Namibia is one of the driest countries in Africa. Only Gabon and South Africa, in their estimation, have greater rates of alcohol use, though it must be noted that Namibians consume significantly less alcohol per capita than most European countries. 24. Namibia ranks great in freedom of press. Namibia is ranked 17th globally and first in Africa for press freedom. In honor of Namibia's Windhoek Declaration on Worldwide Press Freedom, which took place on May 3, 1991, May 3rd is observed as World Press Freedom Day. 25. The Namibian desert meets the sea. The only site in the world where animals and vegetation rely on the daily fog to survive is the Namibian Bali Sea. Interesting facts about Namibia include the addition of it to the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites on the 21st. 26. Namibia is the world's second least densely populated country. Namibia is the second least densely populated sovereign state in the world, behind Mongolia, with a population of around 2.4 million in a geographic area of 825,000 square kilometers. Driving through Namibia's southern region, however, gives the impression that nobody is there at all. The central and northern regions of the country are home to the majority of the inhabitants. This lack of habitation has the benefit of presenting you to amazing, breathtaking, unspoiled nature and landscapes. 27. The coastal desert is on the UNESCO Heritage List. The only coastal desert in the world where fog affects the sand dunes is the Namib Sand Sea. It has been included on the UNESCO Heritage List since 2013. The daily fog in that area is essential for the survival of both plant and animal life. They have adapted to this harsh environment so that they can survive on the scant water the fog provides. Due to the clash between the hot desert air and the cold Benguela Atlantic Ocean currents, the fog forms usually in the morning. It is also distinctive because the material used to create the dunes came from the interior of Africa and was carried by winds and rivers into the ocean before being deposited back onto Namibia's coast. 28. Branberg is Namibia's highest mountain. The tallest mountain in Namibia is the Branberg mountain. The Koningsteen, which is located at a height of 2,573 meters above sea level, is the mountain's highest point. The name Branberg, which means mountain of fire in Afrikaans, refers to the stunning gold glow that the peak emits when the sun sets. 29. The wild horses of Namibia. Observing Namibia's wild horses and learning how they have adapted to and endured the severe circumstances of the Namib Desert is interesting. It's hard to say for sure where these horses came from. These wild horses can be seen in Namibia, near Aus, on the road to Ludertes, where they frequently stop for a drink. And lastly, 30. Namibia is home to the elusive desert elephant. One of the few locations where desert elephants can still roam freely is Namibia. They are visible in Namibia's Kunene region in the country's northwest. Unlike African elephants, who still require water every day, desert elephants have evolved to life in these arid regions and only need to drink every few days. There you have it, viewers, and that brings us to the end of the video. We hope you found the video interesting and informative enough. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, click on the subscription button, and turn on the notification icon to be notified when next we upload important and interesting content in regards to the African continent. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.